Hey parents, it's Mr. Graham. This one is actually for you because I've heard that some of the children are struggling with mixed numbers. So I'm going to show you a way to hopefully make it super easy for them to understand these. Because honestly it is. And the whole secret, the denominator. If they look at the denominator first and understand what that means, everything else is easy. Then they just have to count. I'm going to show you what to do with them. So, step one. What I would like you to do with your kids is sit them down, have them have a blank sheet of paper and a pencil and a smile, and just give them something like this. Give them a denominator that is easy to draw. Halves, thirds, or fourths, okay? I'll start with thirds. Now, show them this denominator and have them make a bunch of blank shapes that are partitioned into thirds, okay? So they might make 5 of these or 4, I don't know. Whatever their heart desires. I'll make 4. Okay? Now, if they can do this, great. Now, you're going to give them a numerator that's too big. You're going to give them an improper fraction. So I might give them 7. Now, all they have to do is shade in 7 slices. All right? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Now, if they got this far, that's great. Now they have to do the hardest thing of all, which is count how many whole pizzas they've got and what fraction left over. Have them circle it. Well, this one's full, and that one's full, and then I've got that one over there. Now, have them start with the denominator. It's very important that they realize that these are the same no matter what. All right, have them start with that. Now, say, how many holes did you fill in? Giant whole number. And then what fraction remains? 1 part out of 3. All right. Do one more. So again, let's sit them down and have them do something in the fourths range, okay? Just show them the denominator. Sit them down, show them fourths. Have them create a bunch of, let's go, candy bars. Have them create a bunch of blank shapes that are partitioned into fourths. All right, that understanding, it's good. Now, I don't know, have them shade into 9. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. All right. Now to translate this to a mixed number, have them always write down the denominator first. So fourths over here and fourths over here. All right, how many holes do we fill in? 1, 2. How many remain? 1 part out of 4. Now, this is kind of important. Sorry, this is kind of sloppy. I don't do well when I'm not writing on a flat surface. It's important that they see that 2 fractions came from the exact same picture. This guy here, we're just counting the slices. That's the improper fraction. This one here, we're just counting how many whole pizzas or chocolate bars we have, all right? Slices and holes, all right? Having them see the connection between 2 fractions in the same picture, very important. So, once they have done this, and honestly, guys, if they can do this 3 times, they can do it 100 times. Do it with halves, thirds, fourths, maybe fifths. All right, if they can do that, if they can take a denominator, create the blank picture, and then shade in the slices, and count how many holes, what's left over, awesome. Move on to the next step. All right, and the next step is where you actually are going to create a picture for them. So in your brain, pick a denominator. You know what? Let's go with halves. And I want you to draw a bunch of shapes that are partitioned into halves, all right? Then I want you to fill in a certain amount. Fill in some holes, and then some parts. Give them a picture that looks like this. Picture in the middle, fraction line, fraction line. Now the first thing I want them to do is write down the denominator over here and here, okay? Denominator clearly 2. Awesome. Now have them count the slices and have them count the holes. So we got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 slices over here. That's my improper fraction. And then over here I've got 1 hole, 2 holes, 3 holes. And 1 part left over out of 2. If they can do this, that's fantastic. That's going to carry them all the way through 5th grade and beyond. This never goes away. And when we get into adding and subtracting fractions a little deeper and dividing and multiplying, them being able to truly understand the denominator and do this conversion, it's going to make their life very easy. And by proxy, yours. So, anyways, come up with 3 different pictures. Do halves, do thirds, do fourths. Have them do this for each one. You fill in the amount, and then they come up with both the mixed number and the improper fraction, okay? And call it slices and then call it wholes. If they can think of it like food, it helps, I think. Now, a game you can play with, which is actually super fun, is, I don't know if you ever played that game growing up where you would fold a paper football, right? And then you flick it and you try and get it through a goalpost made out of the other person's hand. That game's fun. I don't think I can fold the football anymore, but if you ball up a piece of paper, you're going to create a game called quarter ball. All right. Now, first step, ball up the paper. Second step, have the student create a scoreboard, and they're going to keep score for you, and they're going to keep score for them. So, have them take a piece of paper, have them divide it in half, and then on each side, have them create a bunch of candy bars that are broken into fourths, as this is quarter ball. Right. Now, every point is worth, obviously, 1/4. Every point is worth a quarter. This might be easier to do on the ground or maybe at a big kitchen table, but concept is simple. Create a goalpost. On the floor, I might lay down 2 blocks, or I might lay flat like 2 spoons or 2 forks, something, right? And then they have to flick it from a certain spot, and then try and get it through your goalpost. And if they do that, it's worth 1/4 of a point. Every point, they just shade in 1/4. And then you go. They write down your score as well. And keep doing that. Do 20 times, something like that. Pick a finite number. And then they're keeping score, they're keeping score, they're keeping score. What they need to do then is give you the score in a mixed number and an improper fraction. So they might have a scoreboard at the end of the game, looks like this. Okay. So they would give you slices first, the improper fraction. They would give you 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11 fourths over here. And then over here, they would give you 2 wholes and 3 fourths. And here, you've got 8 slices over 4, and then just actually 2 wholes with nothing left over. So that's quarter ball. Once they master quarter ball, maybe play, I don't know what you call it, thirds ball, where every point is worth 1/3, okay? It's a fun way to get them to create these pictures and then translate them into 2 different kinds of fractions. If they achieve mastery of this, feel good. It's a concept they are going to need. So, jcram at wcpss.net. If you guys need anything else, I'm happy to provide it. All right. I will look forward to hopefully seeing you all soon.